السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يعطيكم العافية شباب. This is Abdullah Badr, the chemistry teacher at Oxford Schools, and this class is for grade 12 SAT in the international section. يعطيكم العافية شباب. Again, we're going to continue what we started in the last video about strong and weak acids, and today's video is about how to find out pH for strong acid and base solutions. So let's start solving some questions. Bismillah. The question says, what is the pH of a 0.01 molarity HNO3 aqueous solution? What is the pH of 0.01 molarity HNO3 aqueous solution? How to solve this question? First of all, shabab, as you should know that HNO3, we need to decide what is the substance that we have here. HNO3 is one of the strong acids. So it is a strong acid. And as we said in the last video, strong acid ionizes completely. So the concentration of nitric acid given in the question is the same as concentration of hydrogen ions. So be careful. We have a strong acid. So the concentration of strong acid is the same as concentration of hydrogen ions, which is given in the question, and it is 0.01 molarity. عشان we don't have calculator in the exam and we don't know how to find negative log, so it's easier to change this number into a scientific notation form. It would be 1 times 10 to the power of negative 2 molarity. So now it's easiest as to find pH for the solution if we have the concentration of hydrogen ion using the equation pH equals negative logarithm concentration of hydrogen ions. So in this question we have, just a second, okay, we have negative logarithm 1 times 10 to the power of minus 2. So pH is directly, I told you before guys, and you just have to change this power into positive value, and then pH equals 2. So pH equals 2. Easy question, direct question. So if we have a strong base, Ustaz, in the question, the same we have, what is the pH of a 0.0001 molarity of KOH solution? Be careful that KOH is a strong base. So again, the concentration of KOH is the same as the concentration of hydroxide ion. Be careful, shabab. Just a second. Yalla. Okay. So the طيب بعدين concentration of KOH, as we said, is the same as concentration of OH minus, which equals 0.0001 molarity. So using scientific notation, this changes to 1 times 10 to the power of negative 4. So we have it here, concentration of OH minus 1 times 10 to the power of negative 4. So we can, since we have concentration of hydroxide ion, we can find POH, shabab. So POH equals negative logarithm concentration of hydroxide ions, in this case negative logarithm 1 times 10 to the power of negative 4, which equals POH equals 4. But be careful that the question is not asking about POH. The question is asking about pH. مش عارف شو ماله. Okay. POH equals 4. Then using the equation that says pH plus POH equals 14, so you could find that pH equals 10. says مش انت حكيت انه strong base has a high pH يعني it should be close to 13 or 14. Yes, we said this. If we have one molarity solution, if we have one molarity solution of a strong base, then the pH is directly 14 شباب. بس we have a very small concentration 0.0001 molarity, so the pH could be 10, 9, 8 عادي. One more question and one more idea. Be careful شباب. هون the same, we have a strong base solution. What is the pH of a 0.05 molarity barium hydroxide solution? This one again is a strong base. And the concentration is 0.05. Be careful شباب هون. The concentration of barium hydroxide is not the same as the concentration of hydroxide ions. So it is very important to notice that we have in this formula, we have two hydroxide ions. So you have to notice that concentration of barium hydroxide which is in this question, barium hydroxide is 0.05 molarity, but the concentration of OH minus equals 2 times 0.05 because we have two OHs in the formula, barium hydroxide BaOH by 2. So 2 times 0.05 equals 0.1. So this is the concentration of OH minus. If you calculate POH using negative logarithm concentration of hydroxide ion, then you will find that POH equals 1. And to solve the question which asks about pH, all what you have to do is 14 minus 1 to have pH equals 13. That's it for this video. Strong acids, strong bases, how to find pH values. And the last question I prefer to concentrate on شباب بصراحة. Be careful إنه you have two hydroxide ions in the formula, so the concentration of base is not the same as the concentration of hydroxide ion. So you need to multiply by 2, then to calculate POH using negative logarithm, then using the equation pH plus POH equals 14. Don't forget this equation شباب, it's one important equation in acid and base questions. يعطيكم العافية شباب. If you have any questions, I'm going to put homework on the portal inshallah. If you have any questions, any feedbacks شباب لو سمحتم send your questions, and inshallah I can solve all your questions, all your and explain all what you want. يعطيكم العافية كمان مرة. السلام عليكم.